it is time for a writing vlog. Hello, what is up? It's your boy, Spooky Noodles, aka Nicholas Gray, and I am back with another video. I said video, I'm so sorry. I meant to say video. This is going horribly so far. So today we're going to talk about what I have been doing with my writing career. Yeah, it's gonna be a very short video because I don't really have much to talk about. Or do I? I don't know. Let's see how far this video can go. I'm hoping to make at least a 10-minute video, but I think it's gonna be less than that. We'll see. Also, I should have a book mail video up today. It's probably already out. And then I'm gonna be getting some mail today, so we'll see if more book mail comes in, and then I will do another video. I don't know, we'll see. But right now we are talking about writing, and yeah, what that entails is me talking about writing. So here we go. So I have been in a class lately, and recently I've been writing stories based on prompts from the teacher. The teacher will give us a prompt, we write a story, and then he gives us the critiques and stuff like that, and how we can turn that into like a blockbuster hit, basically. So the teacher's name is Garrett Cook. Very good writer, I hear. I haven't actually read any of his work, but he's a very smart dude. He knows what he's talking about, and I am in awe at his lectures. They're amazing, and I love them. So far I have not hit the nail on the head on any of these stories. I've written 3 stories so far. I'm on the 4th story. 4 prompts, 4 stories. That's what the class is about. This last prompt has been body horror, and I've been writing a story I'm calling Flesh Vessel, and Flesh Vessel is going well so far. I really want to change that name because Flesh Vessel sounds horrible. But I can't think of a name for the story yet. So, I want to be creative with the name because my titles suck. But, yeah, I'm going with Flesh Vessel right now. So what is Flesh Vessel about? It's a body horror story. It's about this rich guy who is going through cancer, and he's dying. He's terminally ill. And basically, just to give you the bare bones of it, he gets his mind transported, or not transported, what's the right word to use here? His mind goes from his body to another host's body, and he lives that person's life, basically. I'm not going to get too into it because I don't want to ruin the story for anyone who wants to read it, but it will probably be in my next collection. All 4 of these stories I'm hoping will be in the collection, except from one. I don't know what to do with the critiques I got for one of my stories. It's not a really scary story, so I don't know if it's going to make it into a collection or not, but it's called the Demode House, and or I think that, at least that's what I think it's called. I used a last name that an old-timey last name. It's kind of like a witch's name, and I don't know how to actually pronounce the name, but I think it's called the Demode House. I don't even know how to pronounce my own story's name, but yeah, I don't know if I like that story. It's about this kid who goes into a house, and instead of it being haunted, it's actually ethereal. No, what's the word I want to use here? The house is alive, and it's a being, an entity, and yeah, so the kid goes into the mouth of the belly of the beast, and yes, so that one, I don't know anything. I don't know if I enjoyed that story enough to put it into my collection, but the other 2 stories I wrote so far, very well, not good stories, but they're good enough for the collection. I think I'm gonna use the critiques I got and fix those stories. One is called The Young Prostitute, and that one is about this teacher who's kind of a pedophile, and he's on the hunt for a younger girl, but he intends to kill her, and the tables get turned around, and he gets his comeuppance or whatever. And Yeah, I like that story. It has potential. So I'm going to finish it with that story with the critiques that I got. Then the other story I wrote, what was it called? Something about like the sky bellows or something like that. The bellowing sky. I forget what I called it. The name needs to be changed because the title sucks. But basically, that story is about this guy. He is in an apocalyptic situation where basically he's following a group of people who saved his life. He was this big sound came from the sky and basically destroyed every house in the states that he knows of, and yeah, so basically he's walking and bare bones of it. He's conversing with people, and then shit goes down and hits the fan. That story I think has potential too. Um, I'm going to take the critiques that I got. Hopefully, I can remember the critiques because I hope he keeps the class open so I can go and review everything. I haven't saved the critiques on my phone or anything, so hopefully he keeps the group page up and running so I can take those critiques and use them and fix the stories. A lot of the problems I have with my stories is there's too much exposition and I don't, what's the word? Naturally introduce things. And I also do things like, I'll say this guy's a pedophile without showing it. So I'm saying and not showing, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's a common problem I have. I say and I don't show. So, he says I should be dropping hints throughout the story that he's, that like for instance, the young prostitute. I should be dropping hints that this guy's a pedophile, not that like I should be showing it through the story instead of telling you it. You know what I'm saying? That's hard to explain, but yeah, I have that problem, too much exposition, and I bore people, and my stories aren't scary, so I'm learning a lot. Hopefully I can make my stories better. Hopefully, that's why I'm taking these classes in the first place. I really, really want to become a good writer, and or at least a decent one. And I want to sell books that people like and enjoy. So, yeah, I'm working on it. If you don't know, the short story collection I keep talking about is going to be called Gray's Anatomy. It's spelled Gray apostrophe S, then anatomy. I don't have the cover yet. I have a low res cover. The high res cover will be given to me as soon as I pay the artist. Um, I'm like halfway with my payments for the artist. But once I finish paying the artist off, he's gonna give me the high res cover, and I'll show it to you guys. Um, Sorry, I was moving my mouse on my computer. I wasn't like dabbing. I was just moving the mouse on my computer so my screen doesn't go dark. But yeah. So the Grey's Anatomy, it's gonna be very cool. I'm looking very forward to sharing with you guys the cover. And yeah, it should be fun. But the current story I'm working on for the class is called Flesh Vessel, like I said before. And like I said, bare bones story is about the guy who gets his mind switched into a new body. Don't want to say anything about it because I don't want to ruin it. It's a lot like The Fly. If you ever seen The Fly, then you'll know what I'm talking about. The like original The Fly, not the David Cronenberg or not the Cronenberg version. But the Cronenberg version is like my favorite movie of all time. So I'm not dogging on the movie at all. It's just my story is more like the original than the new David the Cronenberg adaptation. Um, Basically, two people's minds swap. So the cancer-ridden rich guy goes into another body, and then that person goes into his body. And yeah, it's a pretty cool story. It's becoming much longer than I thought it would be. Speaking of being too much longer than I thought it would be, we're almost to the 10-minute mark. Anyways, yeah, it's much longer than I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna be like a 3,000 word story, but I'm already at I've already capped out at or not capped out, but I'm already at 30, like 32. So 3,200. So it's quite a big story, bigger story than I thought it would be. I think I'm gonna probably stop around the 5,000 to 7,000 words is where I think it's gonna land. I don't know yet though. I have plans for it. I have really good plans for the story. Like I have scenes planned in my head that I want to write. It's a body horror story, so take that take that with you. So stuff's gonna go down in the story. It's gonna be a horror story, so obviously things go down. Um, but yeah. So, anyways, I don't know if I started talking about this or not. I'm kind of lost where I was at. But basically, my teacher offered me, not offered me, but he asked me if I wanted to join him in his next class, and I of course said yes because I really want to be in his class. He had like one slot left, and he gave, or not one slot left. He had a slot available for me, and he saved it for me, and I got it. So I'm very excited and ecstatic to do it. This class will be writing a novella. He'll be critiquing us and helping us write it along the way. He's not going to be like a co-author or anything, I don't think, but yeah, he'll be giving us critiques and helping us plan the novella and stuff like that. I haven't decided really if I want to resurrect a older story I was writing and make that into my novella for the class, or if I want to start a new, like just come out with a new story idea, plan it, and do all that stuff, plotting and stuff. This is my first time doing plotting and stuff, so I'm not used to it. I'm a edge of the seat type guy. I write off the top of my head. Oftentimes I'm what's the word for it? Stephen King is one of these type of writers. I forget what they're called. Pantsers, I think it's called pantser. I pants a lot with my writing. Yeah, it's not normal for me to plot stories out. So it's something I need to learn because with these longer stories, short stories are easy because in my head I do know how it's going to end for short stories because I have the ending planned out with my short story. So I have somewhere to go. So if I plan for my short stories, why wouldn't I plan for my longer stories? And my longer stories definitely need planning because I write like 8,000, or I write a lot of words, like I have one novel that's 54,000 words. And yeah, I haven't finished it yet because I don't know how to end it because I didn't plan, but it just shows that I can pants, but I can't really finish stories very well when I do pants. So I'm gonna learn how to plan for this future novella, and I'm very excited. This class should be taking place very soon. And I think it's taking place in November. So I'm really excited for this opportunity to write a novella. I've never written and released a novella, so well, that's wrong. I have written a novella, but I never released it because I just don't think it's good enough. Well, it's not that it's good enough. It's just the story's kind of bland, and I need to add something in order to make it, I guess, pop more. Like it's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's very wow, words are not coming to me today. Very bland. Story is just very minimal. If I were to release it today, people would hate it. So I need to add to it, but that's besides the point. That one is called Take Me From Here. I got everything ready for that release, and then I didn't release it because I felt like it was missing something, and I still don't know what it's missing. I've had ideas of how to change the story and make it more interesting, but I don't know how to implement it, and because I'd have to rewrite a lot, and I don't feel like rewriting that story at the moment, so I've been putting it on the back burner. But that's besides the point. This class I'm going to be writing a novella, and the one story I really want to bring back from the grave or the book trunk is Space Waste. If you don't remember from my earlier videos when I was doing writing vlogs way back in the bidet, excuse me, not bidet, back in the day. So yeah, no water butt squirting here. Sorry, that was stupid. Why did I say that? Anyways, yeah, so we're writing novellas in this class, and we're critiquing and doing all that fun stuff. Garrett Cook is supposedly like a really good writer. I had never read him, so I can't say that. I can't say with the I can't confirm that he's a great writer because I've never read him, but he knows what he's talking about with his lectures. He just seems like a very smart guy, and I'm really excited to be a part of this class. I've always wanted to write a novella. I love novellas. Novels are great and all, but novellas are where it's at for me. Like I said, Space Waste is like at 22,000 words, I think, and I think I might actually delete some chapters because I don't know where I was really going or heading with the book. I know I was gonna make it kind of like it was gonna be like it's gonna start off with like the horror elements, but it's gonna kind of like it starts off like a gory mess, but then it kind of like goes from the splatterpunk genre to the cosmic horror genre, like halfway through the story. I don't know if I want to just make it one solid splatterpunk story or one solid cosmic horror story. It's a mess right now, the story. I didn't plot anything, plan anything. I just kept writing and writing until I couldn't write it no more. And it's my baby. I have 2 covers for it. One of the covers is going to be interior art for the story. I did it with I used the guy Aaron Beauregard uses to do the art for Space Waste. It looks amazing. I don't know why I didn't make it the cover, but then I saw Don Noble made a cover, pre-made cover, and it just spoke to me. It was like, yes, that is the cover I want for my Space Waste novella. It never came into fruition though. I did buy the covers, but I didn't finish the story, and it would be amazing if I finished the story in this class. Space Waste is like my child. I really like Space Waste. My sister and I came up with not the idea. We came up with the title together, and the idea actually came from a contest that I entered and I won. So basically, the contest was writers were supposed to write 1 chapter, and each chapter would get voted on, and whoever won that vote would be the chapter of the story. And I wrote the first chapter, and I won the contest, and then the book never got made. It's just kind of dribbled and became nothing. No one was submitting chapters, so we never finished the story. So what I did is I took the story, changed the names, only used the first chapter that I wrote, and I expanded on it, and then I rewrote it, and now it's totally my own. So I don't have to worry about anybody saying I copied their idea. I changed everything about the story, and I changed all the names. So there's nothing to, even if that story or book got made, my story is totally different now. So I don't have to worry about conflicting copyright issues and stuff like that. So good for me. I've always wanted to write a science fiction story, but I've wanted horror elements to it. So I wanted to write basically a science fiction horror story, kind of like Alien. I love Alien. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. The Thing, very good movie. Trying to think if I know any more science fiction horror stories. I know I do. I just can't think of. I know people are going to say Event Horizon, but I personally have never seen Event Horizon. It's one I need to watch soon. I'm trying to think. I can't think of any science fiction horror stories for all of a sudden. I know there's the thing. Oh, if you want to count The Fly, that's kind of science fiction, right? Science fiction horror. What else? I can't think of any science fiction horror stories right now, so I apologize. But yeah, it's gonna be a science fiction horror story. I know Mike Duke released a science fiction horror story, and it's called Amalgam. 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 I think that's what it's called. It's book one of a 3-book series, I think, maybe even more than that. I own both a paperback and a signed edition hardback of that book. And I'm looking really forward to reading it. I'm really hoping that it's not like the story I'm writing, but it sounds kind of similar a little bit. I don't know. I didn't read the book yet, so I can't really give you that. Can't really say, for certain. But yeah, my story, Space Waste, is very exciting. I have this one scene I'm in love with, I didn't even explain to you what the story's about. So basically, there's this intergalactic cleanup crew, if you will. They get told to go to this planet, to clean up a mess that they made, the facility made, and turns out this facility is under lockdown, but they don't know it. They enter the building and they get licked. They get locked into the building, and basically it's like a whole quarantine zone thing. I haven't really decided yet. I haven't really explained much, but basically they're trapped, and they learn that monsters. This is a facility harboring monsters, aliens, if you will. And these alien monsters have been released out of their cages, per se, and they're roaming the halls of this facility and killing everything in sight. The heroes of the story are seeing bodies everywhere, and they're getting picked off one by one. And all the while, there's this big hulking monster that actually was a warmonger in the big space war that keeps getting hinted at. And he's going off and killing the space crew one by one. It's a very fun story so far. I don't know where I'm going with it. I love the characters, though. They could use some fleshing out. I'm not gonna lie. I need to flesh them out a lot. It's just a rough draft, so of course fleshing out is gonna be needed. One thing about me that I haven't actually told anybody is that I don't do too many drafts. I'll do at most 2 drafts, and then I set it to my editor. I'm going to try to work on that and reread a lot. Like right now, I'm on the second draft, or if you want to consider first draft, because I'm on the second draft of Symbiotic, and I haven't even written the ending yet. But I decided to go reread it and give myself, edit it, and then I was going to finish it. But I decided to take a break because I do have these classes, and I want to finish the stories for the classes. So yeah, but I'm getting off topic here. Space Waste, I told you what it's about. You have great heroes, or not heroes, but characters like Tyson. I forget his last name. Wow, I can't remember anyone's name. Nia, I think, is one of the girls. Zachary, I think, is one of the guys. I think Tyson doesn't even give a lot of these kids or these characters. Oh, you know what? There's a character named Bruce, but Tyson hates that he has a manly name because he looks scrawny and stuff like that. So he just calls him Skinny, or Scrawny or something like that. I forget what he calls him exactly, but he just kind of just hates him. And then this one kid, he has a mohawk, so the guy calls him Mohawk. He doesn't really care about the kids' names. In fact, they're just, what do you call it? They're just meat to him. They're just people who are probably going to die on the mission. So he doesn't really care to introduce himself to them. Then he has his partner. His partner's named Zachary, and he's the pilot. Bruce, Mohawk, Nia, I think. No, not Nia. It's not Nia. What's her name? I don't know. I'm gonna have to reread the story anyways. But I got some great characters in this story. I have this one. I'll even show you the 2 covers if I remember to put it into this video. But right now, I will show you the covers. Right, bam, or bam. If I remember to do it. If I don't, then I look stupid doing finger points to nothing. It sounds like the garbage truck's outside. So I've been talking for 25 minutes now. So I probably should end this video soon. I didn't realize it was going to be this long of a video. I didn't know I had that much to talk about writing. But I'm really excited. If I do decide to go with Space Waste for the story, the novella I want to write for the class, great. I've been wanting to write Space Waste for a while, and I want to release it, but I don't have it's not done, so of course I can't release it. But I'm very excited about it. It's a fun story, so I know at least one of my friends are gonna like it. My friend, wow, I cannot think today. I think is Josh at Working Man's Reads. I think he's gonna dig this book. But other than that, though, I don't really have anything else to say. I'm gonna probably get to writing. I've been doing a lot of stuff for the business and trying to get No Anesthetic heard about. I did a live show with Paper Cuts to get some exposure. I've been posting it on Facebook groups. There's a trailer on the Splattering Publishing's YouTube page, so go check that out. And without much else to say, I'm gonna end the video. So I hope.
Covers.
Huh?
Don't forget the covers.
I'll try not to forget the covers. So without further ado, I'm gonna end the video. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you have a spooky night. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out, guys.